I know for a fact you've agonized over a 3-second interaction where a waiter said, "Enjoy your meal," and you replied, "You too," even though they weren't eating anything. It was the same for me. It was exhausting. Caring what people think of me sucked. I couldn't walk past a group of people without assuming they were mentally reviewing my posture and the speed of my walking. I'd replay every conversation in my head like it was an unsold Netflix drama. But then I decided I was done. I went full science on it. I researched, tested, failed a few times, then cracked it. And since then, months ago now, I've honestly stopped caring. It's glorious. And I'm going to share the 4 most effective science-backed tactics that actually work. Number 1, understanding the spotlight effect. This is the psychological glitch where your brain thinks you're the center of everyone's attention. Like you're on some kind of Truman Show that nobody agreed to be in. There's a study from Princeton, a fancy pants university, where they made students wear a Barry Manilow t-shirt into a room full of strangers. The students reckoned about 50% of people would notice. The real number, 25%, 1 in 4. The rest were probably busy wondering if they'd left their straightener on or if anyone heard their fart during squats. Once I really understood this, I started testing it. I wore socks with pineapples on them to work. Nothing happened. Then I wore 1 blue sock and 1 green. Still nothing. The second most effective science-backed tactic that actually works, understanding that people just don't care. They're not being rude. They're just distracted, hungry, emotionally unavailable, or dealing with acid reflux. Psych Central pointed out that emotionally stable people, the ones with matching socks and inner zen, don't worry much about how they're perceived. And those people, they're not thinking about your awkward joke or the fact you called your boss dad by accident. This realization alone removed about 60% of my overthinking. Third tactic, expose yourself. No, put your pants back on. It's exposure therapy. You just do the thing you're scared of on repeat until your brain gets tired of caring. I started small. I would say hello there to people in my building's elevator. First few times, absolute torture. I was sweating like an alcoholic. But eventually, it got easier. Now I give a happy Tuesday with a finger gun. People probably think I'm psychotic. So what? The science behind this one is rock solid. Exposure therapy trains your brain that nothing bad actually happens when you do the uncomfortable thing. It rewires your fear response. Turns out, saying hello is not actually fatal. And finally, the 4th tactic, challenging negative thoughts. Your brain is an absolute Johnny drama. It loves worst case scenarios. You spill a bit of water in a work meeting and your brain's like, well, that's it. I'm homeless. But here's the move. Talk back. Ask for proof. Is there any actual evidence that person judged me? Usually there isn't. Just vague vibes and a general sense of apocalyptic doom. The Cleveland Clinic, proper medical folks, recommend this technique as one of the best ways to fight anxious thought. It works. When I send a message and don't get a reply, I no longer assume it's because the person hates me. I assume they dropped their phone in a toilet or were kidnapped by a rogue pelican. And if the thought still sticks around, I say it in a dumb voice, sometimes like a goat. It's hard to take your anxiety seriously when it's coming from a goat in a blazer. So that's it. 4 tactics, all backed by science, all tested by yours truly. The moment you realize people aren't paying attention to your every move is the moment you're free to actually enjoy being a weirdo. And honestly, if they are judging your fruity socks, it's probably because they have a strawberry allergy or just mind-numbingly bored. Either way, not your problem.